Hey, it's Paul. Before I get to what I want to say, I want to show you an exclusive clip of Ali Abdaal. If you don't know him, he's a successful YouTuber. So let's watch it together.
But there's no formula for this. If there were a formula for how do you get millions of views on YouTube, everyone would be rich because they'd be able to follow the formula. But as soon as there becomes a formula, the formula then stops working. Um, there was a time where putting passive income in the title of a video would guarantee you a million views. And everyone kind of realized this, and now that no longer works. So a lot of it is about experimentation. It's about enjoying the craft. It's about continuing to do it for a very long time. And often, unfortunately, that comes not from optimizing for views, but also thinking about what do I intrinsically, authentically want to create, which may not be the same thing as what is most likely to get the views. In a dream world, we would have overlap between things I want to make and things that get views. In reality, that overlap is not 100%, and it's more like 10, 20%, sometimes even less than that for most creators I know. So it's the constant struggle with being a creator. There are things that you want to do that will fulfill your heart and soul, but there are things that will get views, and those might not be the same things. And so then it becomes a juggling act of how much do you really care about the views versus how much do you care about your own personal satisfaction. So, yeah.
Yeah. So the reason this really struck a chord with me is because the last few videos I made, let me just have a reference point that I can show you some visual cues of the last few videos I made. They are doing well, and they're slightly different from my normal vlog-like videos. So let me show you here. This movie will make you want to unplug from screens. Perfect Days, talking about a movie that had a big impact on me. How not to pirate books. You should pirate books. These videos, I have a feeling, will do much better than my usual videos. And the reason I have that feeling is it's either talking about a movie which a lot of people might be interested in or are already interested in, and also talking about books, and it's a controversial topic of how to pirate books or why you should pirate books. So it directly involves the viewer, right? It's something that the viewer can do. Pirating books, why they should pirate books. It's in a way kind of an advice video of why you should do it and how to do it. So it's very viewer centered and different from my videos, which my usual videos is just me talking about my experience, my thoughts. It's me centered versus viewer centered. So these viewer centered videos, I imagine, will do a lot better. It's only been a day or two since they came out, so we'll see within the next week or two. But I have a strong feeling they will do well, or at least better than my usual videos. And it got me stuck. That's why I didn't create anything yesterday, and right now it's 10:26 p.m. It's really late. But the reason I was paralyzed of creating the next video was because I was thinking, what can I do that is similar to that is viewer centered versus me centered? What can I talk about the viewer, or how can I get the viewer more involved in my videos? You, right? How do I talk to you more instead of talking about me more? Make you the center of my conversation, not me. And it's really hard to do. It's not easy. There are some of my videos that did really well that is about me, like how I got my first girlfriend at 34 years old, or, day of an unemployed or jobless 34-year-old. Some of them just do really well, but those are not consistently. They're not consistently popping off. It's more unpredictable, and depends on I don't know what it depends on. A bit of luck as well. But yeah, it's really hard coming up with viewer-centered videos that I want to make. I know from my most viral video, if you've never seen it, this is my 218,000 views. This is my most viral video. The way South Korean children are raised is fucked up. I just from that video, I can tell that if I talked about South Korean footage and did commentaries and translated what they were saying, just like I did in this video, that it would do super well. Um, but I just don't like watching Korean content. I don't want to comment on Korean content. It's not something I'm interested in. So I sacrifice views for the sake of creative desire, my creative desire to create something else, not just comment on Korean content. So Ali Abdaal saying, you can try catering for views, but ultimately what makes you succeed is experimentation and creating what you want in the long run, so that you experiment and keep creating because you love creating, and eventually that will lead to further growth and attracting people that resonate with you, etc. So I had to share that lesson with you. I mean, I'm gonna watch this Q&A video again and again, because there are some gold nuggets in there that I think touch on the very heart of, like, one of the things that he mentions after trying to answer a bunch of different YouTuber questions is that it ultimately comes down to persisting, creating on a regular basis, and experimentation. And as long as you're consistent and you keep posting and you're experimenting because you're trying things and seeing if they work or not, you'll eventually get there. You'll eventually make it, because there's no way you're not going to learn from all those experimentations and all those experiences over the course of years, right? And if you're planning on doing this for decades, you're gonna get there. You're gonna get there. So he's giving this, and I can't find that clip very quickly, but he said, "Isn't that liberating? That all it requires is a lot of work and consistent effort and experimentation." And that's the recipe. Just knowing that that is the recipe, and it takes a long time. So it gives you the idea that you have to have a lot of patience, and just have faith. Have faith that you will figure things out as you put in the reps, as you experiment. So yeah, it's reassuring when I hear that. Anyways, experimentation and loving the craft, those were the things that really resonated with me. Because that's what it comes down to. It's not even about trying to get the most views for every video. Because what's the point if you get views but hate the videos that you're creating, or hate the process of creating those videos? Like, I remember another big YouTuber, Hamza, was talking about his friend who had like millions of subscribers and hundreds of thousands of views per video, and he hated his channel and he hated his audience because that guy was creating content on how to get girls, and it was all about clickbaity titles, and it would attract an audience of a bunch of toxic guys who didn't really take action in their life. And he hated the comment section. He hated the type of audience that his videos were getting, and he hated making those videos, but he was doing it for the sake of views, and he did succeed because he got so many views. He was getting like at least 100, 200,000 views per video. He was making a living off of it, but he just hated it. He hated his own videos, and he hated his audience. So I mean, is it worth it at that point? Definitely not. Definitely not worth it to reach that point where you succeed in getting views, but you just hate creating because you chased views and nothing else. That you prioritize views over everything else. So yeah. At the conclusion that I get after hearing Ali Abdaal is like, you gotta focus on creating what you want, and of course experimenting. And so here I am, creating something that I want, sharing with you something valuable that I learned, that resonated with me. And my videos, I think I was overthinking. That's why I was stuck for the last 2 days, or today and yesterday. But I'm overthinking. I should still create what I want to create, and once in a while I will get ideas, just like 2-3 days ago, where I create things that have potential to get views because it just pops into my mind and I want to make it, and that topic happens to resonate with a much wider variety of people. So I'll still create whatever the fuck I want to create, and sometimes there will be overlap. So I shouldn't stress too much about only finding the overlap between views, high views, and what I like to create. By trying to focus on that overlap, I'm stressing myself out and getting stuck and not creating anything. And that's way worse. So I'll just focus on one circle. Instead of the views circle, I'll just focus on the wanting to create what I want to create. And yeah. And some of them, as I said, will overlap and take off in views. So I'm repeating myself, but I'm saying these I'm saying it repetitiously so that it really sinks in. I need repetition in order to learn, and me saying this is kind of like me digesting it. So I'm saying all this more for myself than I am for you, honestly. So yeah, create what you want and experiment, and some of them will take off. We'll just keep doing that. I'll just keep doing that. I'm overthinking, and so I'll stop overthinking, and maybe it doesn't have to be so much about you, the viewer. Maybe I am allowed to talk about me. And yeah, like for example, let me give you some random example. Like my this video that I did, not the most popular, latest. Let me show you. This did really poorly at the beginning. I'm a 30-year-old NEET in Canada playing Tekken 3 on a Friday night. Most of my videos get 0 subscribers, right? You can check how many people click subscribe from that video. Most of my videos get 0 subscribers, but this one, it had a slow start, but it ramped up to 200 views, and it got me 3 subscribers. I'm like, wow, this is just me live streaming and turned a portion of it into a video, and that got me 3 subscribers of me enjoying one of my childhood favorite video games. And it did better than quite a lot of my other videos. Some of them were even directed towards the viewer, like me saying, what was one of my videos? You should make video journals. This got 100 views and 0 subscribers, right? So I tried making a video targeting a wider audience by referring to them, sharing with you what I think is valuable. Video journaling has a lot of value. You should try it. You should at least try it for a few days, and you'll have this pocket of life where you can watch yourself, and it's really cool to see your younger self in the future, years down the line, or even months later. That video did half as good and infinitely worse in terms of subscriber count because I got 0, right? So it's unpredictable. Like I enjoyed making the Tekken video much more, just me playing Tekken, and that got me more success than one where I was targeting the viewer. So you never know what will resonate with people, what will have a reach, and what will attract people, returning viewers. That is the most important, right? You don't want just subscribers. You want returning viewers watching you because they like watching your videos and what you have to say. So targeting returning viewers, you don't know what will hit, even if you think and you speaking to the audience saying you should try, you just never know what will hit. So as you can see, I'm still in the experimental stage and I'm making whatever I want. So based on that, I'm on the right track. I just have to keep doing what I'm doing because I'm experimenting, I'm trying new things, and I'm making whatever I want. I'm doing both things, and that's the recipe to success, according to Ali Abdaal. Long term, playing the infinite game, and experiment. So yeah, wow, this ended up becoming a super long 16-minute ramble, but I hope if you're a creator, maybe you haven't created in a while, maybe you've created for a bit and you've been slacking off. If you're still here, maybe this is your nudge to create what you want and experiment with creating different things that you want, just like I'm doing. And some of them will resonate with people. Some of them will hit. Even if it's just a few people, those few people will grow bigger and bigger as long as you keep posting that kind of content. People who resonate with you will find you. It just takes time on YouTube. I don't know if I said this, but Ali Abdaal said YouTube is a very long game. It's not easy. It takes a long time to build an audience. So, and to get good at making videos. But like, for example, let me tell you another example of a skill that I've developed over the last 2 years of making videos. There was no way that I could speak for 17 minutes with 0 cuts. I was so bad at even a 2-minute piece of speaking. I had to cut all these pauses out because I was pausing for like 5, 8, 10 seconds in between, like in the middle of sentences. So I had to cut all those pauses out because I was just not good at talking into the camera. And over the course of doing this like so frequently, multiple times a week for 2 years, now, yes, there I'm pausing here and there. I'm not the smoothest talker, but I'm so much better than I was before. So much better. Like 2 years made a drastic difference in my ability to talk to the camera nonstop without worrying too much about cutting anything out in the middle. And I actually prefer seeing some people not cut anything. And so I'm experimenting with this format. It's another experimentation, just 0 cuts, talking into the camera. And so the point I'm making is just by creating what you want to make and practicing some skills like continuous talking into the camera, you will improve even if it's not your editing that improves because you're barely editing like me. I'm not really editing. Your speaking skills improve, your camera presence improves, and that's arguably way more important than editing, because if you're so much better at speaking, you can engage the audience without even editing a single thing. So that has been a drastic improvement for me, and I will continue to get better as I keep making these. So, and if you're afraid of putting it out onto YouTube, you can just record these video journals and keep it to yourself when you're really bad at it at the beginning. I ended up chopping all the pauses out and putting them on my daily vlogs a year and a half ago. So, just if you're a creator, get creating again. I think you just might find that you love it by putting things out there that you like, even if not many people are watching. I think it's totally worth it. So get creating, let's keep experimenting, let's keep making what we love, and let's keep going. So I will put no pet montage at the end because I want to sleep quickly. It is now 10:42 p.m. on this March 19th. That is a Wednesday. It is a Wednesday night of 2025. So let's go to bed. Let's get ready for bed and go to bed. So get creating. 1% better every day, baby. Oh shit. It was the mini screen the whole time. Oh my god. Fuck. I fucked that up. Oh well. Okay. 1% better every day, baby.